Welcome back to What's Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is an M44, the Tier 6 American SPG. It's located on the north spawn of Serene Coast under the command of Hawkeye 6121 of REBRN. Now you can see that he's actually had a couple of medals. He's got the, what's that called, the sword motif on the front of his vehicle. Some of his teammates are having a bit of a traffic jam problem. Anyway, let's see how he gets on in the M44. 155mm howitzer with a 15.81 second reload. He's using premium consumables. Probably got a rammer. You can get an even faster reload with the innovative rammer. And of course you have to spend 5,000 bonds to get one. It's well worth it though. Okay, he's looking into the corner where I'll look exactly, because you get the medium tanks turn up at those bushes and then you can hit them straight away. Well, the AMX 12 tons got there and no medium tanks have arrived, which kind of makes me think that they're going elsewhere. Well, the first target we've seen is a Jackson. Now those things are fairly immobile. It's basically just an M10 hull with a 90mm gun turret. He gets a nice hit for 181. The Super Hellcat was seen going through the dip. I might be able to get a shot on him. That'd be quite nice because those things are such thin armour. You get a lot of damage if you can get one near one. Can't see him though. Our teammates are not spotting, and that gives the guy the opportunity to creep up on them. No, can't see it. There he is. He's moved quite a long way around. Now just lined it up. Good. Excellent. Oh, we got a fire and he set light to the thing and blew it up. Nice shot right up his rear. Okay, we've got a Hellcat way over there on the heights, but we lost sight of him. Just illustrates another problem Arty have. Sometimes our teammates are just not good at spotting the enemy. Fires around in the SU-122. Gets a hit for 85 hit points off that one. See shells hitting the ground nearby. He's going to try another shot, I think, on the SU-122. He might only get splashed though. Okay, he's decided not to. There's an E25 just behind that bush. Dialing in, mark target. If you mark the target, sometimes your teammates are tempted to shoot in that direction and they might track the thing for you. 263 for a direct hit. Yeah, he's gone into that corner now, and now the medium tanks turn up and it's a Cromwell B, which is quite a fast medium. But instead, he's going to go back to that E25, and that's probably the smart decision because that thing can be quite deadly. Another 116 hit points. The Cromwell's going to be much easier to take down because although he's fast, he's rather big. And in fact, actually, he's turned around and he's now facing away from us. He's got his rear end up against that rock. I think he was thinking about making a fast getaway. Hawkeye fires around in there to kind of encourage him to go away. He's not going though, he's staying there because the 12 ton can see, if he did depart, the 12 ton would see it. So Hawkeye's aiming just short of the spot where he fired before. There is a Thunderbolt. And there's the Cromwell B trying to escape. Lines him up a leading shot. Oh, so close, he winged him. He spun him round and tracked him. He is a one shot for anyone who fires in his direction, and unfortunately they're not firing. Now he's requesting fire on the target, but nobody's shooting. He's loaded. Can he get a splash kill? Well, another 55 hit points and he's stunned again. Yeah, this team is not really performing very, very well, and it looks like Hawkeye's having to do all the work. So he fires another one in. But in the meanwhile, we've spotted a CS44 and a Hellcat coming up on his position, coming straight towards us. He's stop to take a shot. Rounds out. Oh, zips past him. You saw that that one was aimed directly at the CS44, but the shell went well to the right. That Hellcat would be nice if we could hit him, but lost sight of him. Got an ISU-122S premium tank destroyer, and he's just got taken out by the Hellcat. Rounds out. Direct one in his face for 192. He's still coming. And we've now lost sight of him, although we do have a Hellcat coming back to help us. Yeah, and he's getting shots into the side of that guy. Oh, now only a near miss, but it's 26 hit points and he goes down. So he wasn't seen, so he doesn't really need to move about, although he's doing so out of precaution. Over on the peninsula, we can see that there was a VK3001P over there. He's not alone either. And we've got another tank coming directly towards us. The CS44. Is he going to auto aim? No, he's going to manually aimed. Nice! Right into his side. You can see where the impact point was, just above the tracks. We've got a box tank coming in from the peninsula as well. Don't know how he managed to get past the Challenger. I think he went the other side. And we still can't see where that CS44 is. Got a Sherman Jumbo moving up on that position, but we're not going to fire at that. We're going to go after this SU-122-44. Not fully dialed in yet. He's marked the target. Good shot! 268. That's not bad at all. Unfortunately, he's now gone behind the building, so we've got no more that we can shoot at him. The CS44 went around the that gap. So he's changed position. Hawkeye 06161, sorry, Hawkeye 6121 is changing position as well to get a better angle on him. Good hit! Skirted over the top of the ground. Went right into the CS44, and the other M44 derped him. Okay, there's the SU-122-44. Can we get a shot into him? Yes! 204, and the AMX 12-ton comes up behind him and starts firing 75mm ammunition into his rear. And there he goes. So at last the team is actually trying to do their work and pull their load. Thunderbolt. Well, it hit the rear of him, and potentially that's 20% of the enemy hit pool, so he might have a high caliber. It's not always guaranteed. You need to keep up the damage rate in order to maintain your position. I've got that 20% warning many times before in the past, but unfortunately it turns out that I didn't get it because somebody else was doing more damage than I was. Unfortunately, we lost the Eagle 7 because he got satellite by that Thunderbolt. Here comes the MX 12-ton. Now, you'll need to get behind him with 12-ton if you're going to do any damage to that Thunderbolt. The Hellcat goes in with a 90mm gun. It looks like the Thunderbolt turned around to deal with the AMX 12-ton. And, oh, we got taken out by the M44. And there goes the E25. Taken out by our E25. So we've got a 2-tank advantage now. This is starting to look a lot better. Also, Hawkeye is keeping up his damage, so he really stands a very good chance of getting the high caliber. In fact, he's saying artillery domination. Yes, it is. Both Artys are pulling their weight. Both Artys have kills. The only thing is, Arty does not have view range. So there might be enemies still on that island, but we can't, not the island, it's a peninsula. But we can't see them, and that's why we can't do anything. Unless our teammates find the enemy, or we can see some signs that the enemy are moving, such as damage they're doing to the scenery. It's very difficult for us to shoot. We need that Sherman Jumbo to move onto the peninsula and spot where the enemy are. Meanwhile, our light tank is going down the other end of the map, and this is when Hawkeye 6121's decided to look and see pre-aim if he can get ready, because they might find the enemy Arty. There are two of them. One's an M44, the other one's an SU8, and he hasn't found them yet, which means they're probably in grid square K6, or K7 rather, I should say. In fact, that's where the other Arty is looking right now. So the AMX 12 tons making his way through the pass, and if he turns right as he comes out that pass, he'll probably find the enemy Arty. There's the enemy heavies. The Sherman Jumbos picked this moment to go onto the peninsula, and suddenly he's found them, and there's the enemy Arty. Exactly where I predicted they would be after that we didn't find them in the usual spot. The SU8's just been taken out. There's the M44 on the peninsula, and of course Hawkeye won't give up on that one. He wants that kill. M44 going up high, which is a bad move. And that's a direct hit. That must have penetrated him. And we're now capping. Well, unfortunately, the Sherman Jumbo went onto the peninsula, found the enemy, and then got killed by them. And really, there's nobody between Hawkeye and the enemy at the moment. So, other than that tank destroyer sitting out on the peninsula, the Dickermax. So he's decided to move, which is probably the smart thing to do. Yeah, because that box tank is headed in this direction. So, of course, the box tank probably doesn't realise the Dickermax is where he is. But if Hawkeye can get into a position, he might be able to shoot that box tank. No, the box tank knows that the Dickermax is there, and so do the enemy heavies as well. So he's lining up on the KV2. He fires a snapshot in. Yeah, it wasn't fully dialed in. KV2 goes down though anyway. And there goes the VK3001P, and we've capped out at the other end. But we lost the Dickermax, and the enemy lost their box tanks to our M44, who's halfway down the map. And the game's over. So that's the first replay. Let's have a look at the second one, which is also with the M44, but with a different player. The second replay features Clean Sweeper Marksman, also in the M44, but this time he's on Ensk Encounter. Okay, game started. He's just going to back up to start with and wait and see what his teammates manage to get. Or is he going to move? He's going to move. Okay. Now, Ensk is not the most friendly, Arty-friendly map. In fact, it's diabolically bad. One of the reasons why I don't let this map ever appear on my battle list. So it's one of my banned maps. And for the start of this battle, he's just going to stay behind this house until he knows exactly what he's up against. Encounter battles are normally about what's going on in the field rather than what goes on in the city. Okay, now let's see some targets and put some shells into them. T-34-85M, premium one. Oh, he went up over that rock and he paid for it. Big mistake. He's probably kicking himself right now that he didn't know that there was a pile of rubble behind him, and it pushed the rear of his vehicle up, and Clean Sweeper Marksman hit him, and then somebody else finished him off. In fact, it was the AMX-13 F3AM. Okay, next target's an Eagle 7. Letting it dial in. Ready. It landed just in front of the Eagle 7. I think he was hoping that the shell would go long and hit the target, but the Eagle 7 is down. Okay, so hopefully this AMD 178B will find another enemy. He's loaded. Oh, he's found one of the enemy Arties. Well, can't avoid that. Lines it up. Dialing in. Rounds out. This should hit. It does. And there's his first kill. Okay, we're going to Yag Panther backing up. Oh, can't avoid that. That's another Arty. Can he get this one to get a counter battery? Needs it if he's going to get counter battery. Fires around it. Oh, he does. He splashes him. But there's still one enemy Arty out there that he needs to kill to get the counter battery. Stir mill. If you hit that thing in the side with an Arty round, it makes a very big bang. They're nice to take down. But we're looking for that last enemy Arty. Is he in the corner? It'd be very funny if he was. The Type 58's crept up on both the Stirring Mill and the Su-122, and we fire around and stun the Su-122-44. The Stirring Mill, well, he's too busy with what's going on in the town to actually pay attention to what's going on around him. And now he's out the game. The Su-122-44 will be out the game momentarily. In fact, he is out now. Well, we're well ahead of the enemy. And I think it's fairly safe for Clean Sweeper Marksman to move, but we just need to get that last Arty. It's an M44. He's probably over in grid square A3 or A4. I'm just going to change position. Might be able to get a better angle on him from this side of the map. He's moving up because the enemy is actually getting into this area of the lower half of the map. Okay, can he find the enemy Arty now? He doesn't appear to be in the north though, which is surprising. So Clean Sweeper Marksman's looking towards the town. Jackson fires in blind, hits him. Got a blind hit there on the Jackson. Went out of sight, but he fired exactly the moment he thought the guy was there. I did that earlier today myself. You time it to say, should he be there about now? And then you fire the shell in, and all of a sudden a wreck appears. Oh, there's the enemy Arty. The M44 is at the end of the road. Clean Sweeper goes for the M12, misses, or the AMX 12 ton rather. But we can see the M44's gone into that part between the buildings, the pass between the buildings, the gap between the buildings. We can't see him now. We know where the AMX 12 ton is, and he just, well, it was actually the KV2 who took out our M6, and that's a splash hit on the AMX 12 ton. And the enemy is capping, but there's only 4 of them left. Okay, he's aiming towards the cap area. He just wants to know where the guy is. Oh, there's the Jackson, the one he hit earlier. As half his hit points is gone, he lines up a shot on his rear, rounds out, gets another 135. The M44 has been spotted, but he's not in a position that the Clean Sweeper can hit. No, not just yet. Can he get? No, he can't get a shot on the Jackson, but he can certainly hit that M44. Oh, he just drove straight through and derped the Hellcat. And instead, Clean Sweeper hits the KV2. There's 4 left in our team. 3 Artys and 1 light tank, the AMD 178B. On the enemy team, they've got like KV2, a Jackson, and an M44. We just need the AMD to spot for us. All the Arty are in the field. There's the KV2 making his way south. There's the Jackson. Lines up a shot. Rounds out. Kill shot. So that's 3 now for Clean Sweeper Marksman. Only 2 left. There's the M44. Go for it. He's not loaded yet, but the guy's coming straight towards you, which makes it fairly easy to kill. Yes! That's a counter battery medal. He's taken out all the enemy Arty. It's just that KV2 left to kill. He's only got 61 hit points. The only unfortunate thing is we lost the AMD 178B, which means now the Arty are going to have to shoot at him blind, or one of them is going to have to go in and shotgun the guy. But it wouldn't take much to shotgun a KV2. They are kind of slow to turn their turrets. They're big things. The only problem with stalking a KV2 is you have to try and find the thing to look at it first to see where it is to work out where you're going to actually go. But with 2 Arty in the field, he might be able to, well, somebody might be able to find out where he's gone. This is where you have to find out which one of your teammates has got the balls to go in and do the job. Now, normally when this happens, I'm the first to jump at the chance of shotgunning an enemy tank to win the game. Doesn't always work, but it's a lot of fun if you do it. Well, we know he's in that square. So we just need the Arties to get ready. There's no point staying outside the town. You have to go in and find him. They're just firing potluck at the moment. And I think that Lorraine 15550 is in the wrong position to be getting shots on the town. In fact, I'm wondering if he's AFK. I think he might be. Well, looks like it's going to be up to clean sweeper marksman. The AMX-13F3 is going to stay outside the town and fire in. Got halfway through the cap already. He might end up with a defender medal if he gets to the reset. Don't drive into wagons, no, because that won't work. I've made that mistake as well, but yeah. The other thing he can do is he can drive straight past on the station platform. He didn't do that, but if he drove straight past at speed, the KV-2 wouldn't be able to get a shot at him, but he would spot where the KV-2 was without the KV-2 being able to do it. Right, he's decided to do that. That's the thing. Go up the platform, drive fast until you can get to the other end, and you'll spot where the KV-2 is, and he might just pop out and try and kill you, in which case your teammates can then fire at him as well. He's being very, very cautious. No, he's not there. He's down on the other side, so driving past very quickly. He's trying to be cautious. He doesn't want to get shot by the KV-2, who must be looking... Well, he must be wondering which direction to look in, the KV-2. But you can't wait forever. You have to do something. No, he thought that the guy might be in that corner. No, you're going to have to drive. Go on, do it. Go through. The AMX-13F3 is going from the other side. That might distract the KV-22. And if he does fire at the AMX-13F3, you can drive straight up to the guy and shoot him in the face. And he can't do a damn thing about it. And with only 61 hit points, he is on one shot. There he is. He's looking at the AMX-13. He fires at the AMX-13 and gets wiped out. Now, he could have driven up and done it, but he killed the KV-2, won the game, and the AMX-13F3 gave his life as bait to help them win. So, great ending to the battle. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And here's the results for the first battle, and you can see that Hawkeye 6121 of REBRN managed to get an ace tanker in the M44, and it wasn't just any old ace tanker, this was the first one he's ever had in this vehicle. You only get scrolls the first time. He also got an arsonist because he set fire to one of the enemy tanks and watched it burn up. I think, if I remember correctly, that was the Super Hellcat. And he also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 17 in this one. He got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points to his own vehicle, a High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else in his team, at least 6 tanks, which was subsequently taken out by other teammates. His win rate from the game was 6,310, which is Super Unicum standard. If we look at the team score, we can see that yes, he did get the highest damage, 2,905. The next highest scorer being the box tank with 1,677, followed by their M44, who managed to get a Confederate as well for 1,615 hit points. When it came to kills though, it was the AMX 12 ton who did the best with 4 kills, 3 kills to the M44 and E25, the other M44 and E25 rather. And the E25 managed to get a Brothers in Arms, so did the M44, so they platooned together. And there was only 2 kills, I'm afraid, for Hawkeye, but he did do a lot of damage. And when it came to base XP, he was the tops, with 1,201 and 1,031 went to the AMX 12 ton as well. The M44 and the enemy team also picked up a Confederate in that game. He fired 21 rounds in that game, got 8 direct hits and 1 penetration. I suspect that the penetration was on that Hellcat. I can just check that now. No, it wasn't actually. It was on the enemy M44 when he took that guy out. He was sitting on top of the mound. Yes, the shell went straight through him. 16 splash as well. damage of 2,905 hit points, of which 2,436 was at more than 300 meters, so there was some close range shooting in that game. 9 enemy vehicles were damaged, 2 were killed, and 1,223 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns. He earned 57,392 credits, but after ammunition resupply took away 46,787. He also picked up 1,801 XP, times 2 for the first victory, 3,604 for holiday ops, and took away 7,207 experience points altogether. So a very good game for Hawkeye6121. Congratulations on your first ace in the M44. Won't be your last by a long chalk, I can tell you. If we look at the second replay, we can see it was Clean Sweeper Marksman in the M44. He got a second class tanker. He also managed to get a counter battery fire medal for taking out all 3 enemy Arty. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He ended up with 5, just 1 short of Top Gun. And he got a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 13. He also managed to get a defender medal because when he went in and shot the KV2 at the end of the game, he actually managed to get more than 70 capture or defense points in the process. And his win rate from that game was 2,619, which is Unicum standard. If we look at the team score on this one, we can see he didn't get the highest damage. That actually belonged to the KV2, got 1,767 hit points, and he got a Top Gun as well. And when it came to the next highest, it was in fact the M44 on the enemy team. That guy was running around quite a lot, 1,643 hit points to him. And then finally the Super Hellcat on Clean Sweeper's team managed to get a Confederate and 1,546, and Clean Sweeper got 1,190. But when it came to kills, it was the KV2 managed to get 6 kills, Clean Sweeper got 5, and then the rest, well, below them. And when it came to base XP, it was actually the Type 58 who did the best with 789. He also got a Leather Slaves medal. Then we got Clean Sweeper who got 785. And then finally we got the AMX-13 F3 who gave his life for them to win with 763. Clean Sweeper fired 16 rounds in that game, got 4 direct hits, 1 penetration, 13 splash. Damage of 1,190 hit points, of which 1,129 was at more than 300 meters. The difference is that KV2, because he was fairly close when he shot him. 8 enemy vehicles damaged, 5 killed, and 473 hit points of stun assist off 7 stuns. And he got 88 defense points when he killed the KV2. 30,111 credits from the game. And after repair and ammunition resupply, he took away 2,031 credits from the game. Actually, it was consumables, not repair, that took away the cost. He got 25 bonds for getting a mission completion. And he picked up 1,177 XP, 589 for completing the mission, and 1,766 experience points altogether. I think I would say in that last one, as I said before, don't be afraid to just drive in and shoot the person at close range. If you know they fired, you know they've got a long reload. In fact, you know that the KV2's got about a 20-second reload. Under those circumstances, after he's just derped your teammate, you could just casually drive up to them and shoot them right in the face. And that way you don't have to worry about the shell going somewhere it's not supposed to go, because obviously wargaming is putting a large amount of dispersion into shells. But to make absolutely certain of killing the enemy, get close and get hits. And don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes, which is quite a good saying. You know, I always like it when I see somebody shoot and I know I've got a faster reload than they have, that I can just saunter up and just dirt them right in the face, because it's so satisfying to do that. But a good game for Clean Sweeper Marksman, and congratulations for Hawkeye6121. If you enjoyed those replays, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a comment down below because it feeds the YouTube algorithm, and possibly also the Rumble one too.
Feed me Seymour, feed me all night long.
And thanks for watching.